Peru, a beloved elephant at Mbeli National Park in Kenya, went into labor. This wasn't her first rodeo. She had given birth 2 years prior. But this time, something felt different. Peru carried the pregnancy low and struggled more than usual. The park staff, keeping a watchful eye, knew this birth would be challenging. Would Peru and her unborn calf survive the ordeal? As predicted, labor was long and agonizing. Peru cried out for hours, pacing and rubbing against trees. The excruciating pain echoed through the bush, attracting predators and scavengers. Thankfully, Peru's herd formed a protective barrier, keeping them at bay. The park staff anxiously awaited news, fearing the worst. For a moment, if you like our stories about the animal kingdom, please like and subscribe to the channel. Suddenly, Peru went quiet. Relief washed over them, but it was short-lived. A scout approached cautiously to find newborn twins. This was a monumental event, as elephant twins are incredibly rare. The last recorded instance was in 1980. But would these fragile twins survive in the harsh wilderness? The initial excitement was quickly overshadowed by concern. Twins are difficult for mothers to raise, and often the weaker calf is left behind. Their worries intensified when they noticed how Peru's older calf reacted. Unlike other elephants who welcome new siblings, she displayed aggression. The staff couldn't intervene. Observing the natural order was park policy. One twin, seemingly stronger, wobbled around on his legs, attempting to nurse from Peru. The other, however, struggled to stand. He made numerous attempts but simply couldn't get his legs under him. Exhaustion set in, and the park rangers grew increasingly worried. Would the weaker twin succumb to the harsh realities of the wild? Meanwhile, the aggressive older calf continued to harass the twins. The ever-observant herd intervened. An elder female gently nudged the older calf away, and others showered the twins with affection, calming them down. This was a huge relief to the staff who desperately wanted to protect the vulnerable newborns. As is typical with newborn elephants, their first attempts to stand are wobbly and comical. The weaker twin kept falling, his chunky stature making him look like a future domineering male. But unlike his brother, he just couldn't seem to get himself up. After hours of struggle, the weak twin seemed to give up. The park staff watched helplessly from afar. Peru, sensing her calf's distress, tried to nudge him with her trunk, but there was no response. The herd, picking up on her anxiety, surrounded them in a show of solidarity. Was this the end for the weaker twin? Just when things seemed hopeless, the weak twin, as if understanding the importance of getting up, mustered all his strength. He pushed and wobbled, and finally, with a little help from his mom's trunk, he stood on his own. The atmosphere shifted. Triumphant trumpets filled the air as the herd celebrated this victory. The park staff, overwhelmed with emotion, watched the happy herd from a distance. They had witnessed a miracle, a twin elephant birth, and an incredible display of resilience by the calves and supportive behavior by the herd. News of the twin calves spread quickly on social media, bringing both joy and unwanted attention. The park, a popular elephant destination, was now crawling with tourists eager to see the rare twins. This surge in visitors posed a serious threat: poachers and hunters. The park had to increase security to protect the vulnerable calves. Thanks to the watchful eyes of the scouts, the park staff soon discovered that the weaker twin wasn't thriving. The vet was called in to examine him. The herd, protective as ever, surrounded the calf, making it difficult for the vet to get close. After careful observation, the vet determined that the calf needed supplementary feeding. Administering the medicine proved to be a challenge. The scared calf ran around in circles. But the vet persisted, and with a little playful encouragement, managed to give the weak twin the much-needed boost. Slowly but surely, the weaker twin gained strength, catching up with his brother and the herd. The vet's intervention, combined with Peru's care and the older calf's newfound role as a playful therapist, ensured the weaker twins' survival.